Hey there, Sunshines, it's Michelle here, and it is Things We're Making Thursday, take 2.
Things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah.
So, my microphone was not connected properly. I'm sad, frustrated. See this? Here's the leaf. There are tiny little holes. I don't know how well you can see one on this side, one right here. Yep, those are cat claws. Kittens, gotta love them, but oh my gosh, seriously, they are so much work. Not as much as babies, but almost. So if you would be so kind, I would be very thrilled if you would hook that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave some yawn in the comments. 4 things we're making Thursday. It is Hats Month. I believe next month is Holiday of Choice. That information is down below, as well as linked to the Facebook group. If you don't know the story about it, ask me or watch. A lot of people just do the spiel every time. I'm like so over talking because I just recorded and then canceled or didn't get any of it. I was trying to say how easy hats are. If you are working from the crown, you make a circle to a specific size. A flat circle is best, or slight curve, depending on your look, because if you want it to be pointy, then you would do it different. I'm still figuring out how to knit a circle that's going to not be a problem. I think we'll see on my next tithing hat, because so far they've been kind of a little pointy at the top. I think I've got it figured out. So you knit your circle out to whatever size is right, and then you knit down. If you are knitting from the top, you are knitting or crocheting from the bottom, you start with your brim, you work your way up till you do decreases and to make the top. Super easy. There are techniques for making crocheted brims. You can knit a brim and then crochet the rest, or crochet it then knit, depending on which way you go. But either form, you can go both directions. A lot of hats seem to do brim up, and a lot of crochet for knitting, and for crochet they tend to do crown down. I think it's because it's just so easy to make a circle in crochet. It's a little bit more challenging to get a flat circle in knitting. There are charts that show how, like, sizes to make like a preemie hat. How big is your diameter before you make the tube, or for an adult size hat, how big is your diameter before you make your tube, or the other way around. Also, like, how long do you make your tube before it? My hand is 6.5 inches, so I use my hand to measure a lot, depending on who I'm making it for. And there was a year I made a whole bunch of hats for babies. I don't want to talk about that again because, like I said, I've already done this. I'm like, don't want to be talking anymore. I need to edit. I need to get this taken care of before my son needs a computer. But I did make a whole bunch of baby hats, and so that was when I was crocheting. I know it's possible. Super easy. If you want to get into knitting, I think hats are a great project. You can learn how to do ribbing. You can learn how to do decreases. Or if you start at the top, you can learn increases. Like I said, that's a little bit harder. There's different styles. There's a lot of cute patterns out there. Look up charts for hat size, like knitting or crocheting, and you can find some formula information. It says how high to make it, how big around to make your brim if you're starting at the brim, how big around to make how tall to make it, how big to make your diameter. Like, there's all kinds of information. They're awesome. I actually going to look some information up, and I have to try a new thing for my tithing hats. Tithing hats are a thing that I do to make my Sundays different. So I knit or crochet, usually knit every single day. Unless I'm super, super depressed or I'm really, really sick. I love knitting so much, and crochet, it's a little iffy because it hurts my arm and hand, so I do less of that, but I still enjoy it. And so to give back my time to the Lord on Sundays, I knit hats to give to the homeless. It's also when I do if I have other little gifting projects, like if I were going to make a boggy creek, if I wanted to make a boggy creek blanket, I would work on it on Sundays. Most likely. It doesn't mean I can't work on the things other days. It's just a way for me to set Sunday aside for something different to give back. I have a friend who the only thing she doesn't work on Sundays is her commissioned items, just because she doesn't feel right about doing commissioned items on Sunday. There's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever brings you peace. So if you want to do a donation project, but you don't want to have a specific day you work on it, that's fine too. Yeah. So it's just, this is what's right for me, is to do hats on Sundays for the homeless. You don't have to. And then I did show that this is the hat I'm working on for the sun hat. This is the progress I've made since I showed it. I guess the video came out Tuesday morning. I worked up, I was like, about here looks like a good place to start decreasing. So that's what I did. About there. Honestly, maybe it should have been at the very beginning, but that's okay. So I made my brim, and then I worked up, and then I started doing 2 decreases on a row. Then the next row I did plain, the next row I did plain, and then I did decreases. So I'm doing 2 decreases, plain, plain, 2 decreases, plain, plain. My 2 decreases are on either side of my thing. You can kind of see it here. I'm hoping, because I realized that I did my little decreases leaning the wrong way, or I did them so they're leaning away from the center. So now I'm trying a little section where I'm leaning them towards the center to see if the decreases are a little less noticeable that way. I think they're going to be, but it's too soon for me to tell because I've only done one. So I need to do a couple more and then see. But it's okay because it's just on one little spot, and you can either put it on the side with the ball thing hanging down, or you can put it in the back. So it's not as noticeable. But yeah, I'm working it up. I'm making the pattern up as I go. And when it gets to the top, I'll put a little white ball type thing on the top. For my ribbing, it is basically 2x2 ribbing that I do twist stitches, which are mock cables. And I did them so that there's right leaning, left leaning, right leaning, left leaning, right leaning. And then I did a couple of plain rounds, and then I did the opposite. So the twist is going like this. I only did 4 sets. I explained it a little more in my last video, so if you're interested, you can go watch that one. So yeah, I'm excited about this. It is one weight cotton that I got from Hobie. It's 100% cotton, and I'm hoping that for people that overheat, doing a one weight cotton will still give a look. Or if you're in Australia, this is a good idea too, to get a lightweight cotton yarn, make a hat, because you guys are doing Christmas in the summer, whereas we've got winter. So if you overheat, or if you're in a hot climate, try a lightweight one weight cotton to make your Santa hats. Anyway, with that, remember to let your light shine through your creations, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.